truth be told, a lot of people love the toxic shit until it backfires, until it gets old, until you start seeing your skin break out, until you start feeling your body just so heavy. It's all fun and games until shit get real and you start seeing the effect that it's having on your mental health and your body, and you start seeing people that's in healthy relationships, and you're just like, wow, when I look at my home and then I look at this person home who's in a healthy relationship, it looks so different. This woman is glowing, she's happy, her man is treating her good, they're not arguing all the time. And then you look at your home and you're like, it's broken. Now, if your home is broken, you need to take a look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I doing? Where am I at? Because it starts with yourself. You might ask yourself, why am I keep on running into the same kind of guys that's just dragging me through the dirt? They're calling me out my name. It's just toxic. They're disappearing. We're not never getting anywhere. Why am I keep on ending up in this circle? So, I'm going to try to help you guys understand this, because anything that I talk about on my channel, best believe I've been through it myself. That's why I feel comfortable speaking on it. If I have never been through it myself, then, I don't really have too much to say about it. But I am going to speak on this because, as a woman, I think this is a phase that you will go through, with the toxic men and, seeking validation from men, and just the fact you don't want to be alone. So let me answer this question. Let's get into it. First of all, I know that it sounds cliche, but a lot of this stuff starts at home. If you take a look at how you grew up, if you always felt like you had to fight for attention, or you had to chase your parents for attention, chase them down for love and stuff like that, you might find yourself doing that in your relationship. And as sad as that is, it's so true. Like, if you had to do that growing up, 9 times out of 10 in your relationship, you will see yourself repeating that same cycle. Repeating that same cycle of trying to prove that you're worthy of love, trying to prove that you're a fun person, or you deserve attention, trying to keep proving yourself. First of all, you don't have to prove anything. The right person is going to come into your life and they're going to already know. They're going to already know what type of person you are. You don't have to keep on proving yourself every day that you love this person, or that you're a ride or die, or, you don't have to keep proving yourself. Okay? You don't. And a person that makes you feel like you have to keep on proving yourself, listen, they can go. They need to go. Okay? Um, the next thing is, you have to look in the mirror and you have to remember who the fuck you are, first of all. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You need to remember who the fuck you are. Before you met this guy, who were you? What did you used to do? What did you used to like doing? Did you like to do your makeup? Did you like to do your hair? Because I've seen a lot of women get into relationships and all of that shit go out the window. They stop doing their lashes, they stop doing their hair, they stop getting dressed up. And I get it. I get it. You're in a relationship, you're comfortable, but never get too comfortable to where you lose who you are. You lose yourself. You lose your identity. Because a lot of the times when we get into relationships, we become one. Okay. Now, when we become one, we kind of forget who we are as one, who we are. So, yes, so keep pouring into yourself. First of all, you have to pour into yourself and you have to remember who you are as an individual. Yes, you're together, but you are also your own person. You are also an individual person. So that is another reason why you might feel like you're running into the same guys, because you lost your identity. Okay? I don't care how many guys you mess with, never lose your identity. Always remember who you are, okay? Because a guy, he can sense that. He can sense when you're insecure. He can sense when, you're going for anything. He can sense when you are just loose. They can sense that. You guys might not think that they're not picking up on that, but they pick up on that energy. They pick up on, how do she act when I say certain things? How does she act when I do certain things? How does she act when I don't give her no flowers? How does she act? You know, they're going to pick up on those kind of things. So you have to also remember that how you present yourself is very, very important, especially in the beginning stages, because that sets the tone for the rest of the relationship. Okay, so you have to be very careful how you present yourself. You have to be careful with how, you know you how you show up, okay? Because that is going to carry on throughout your relationship. They're never going to forget, okay? So always remember, a guy knows, okay? They can sense the insecurity from a mile away, and those are the girls that they target, okay? So you have to always be on your best behavior, okay? Um Another thing, I have some notes down here, so I have wrote down making emotional chaos, mistaking emotional chaos for passion. So what I meant by that is basically mistaking the toxic energy, the toxic things that y'all are doing in your relationship, mistaking that for passion. Like, oh, he loves me. Oh my gosh, we're so toxic. Like every time we argue, he's coming right back. Baby, love yourself more than that. He's coming back because, like, I don't know if I said that in the beginning, but the dopamine hit that you get from that toxic, back and forth stuff, and we break up, then we make up, and we doing the do, and after we then argued because it's the best ever, all of that stuff, you know what you're doing in your head. You know what you're doing. You like to argue so that when y'all make up, it be the best makeup sex that you ever had. Okay. Why do you want to keep on having makeup sex? What's going on? Why can't you just want to make love? Why can't you just want to be held and be loved? Why do you want to have makeup sex? Like, that is a problem if you're looking for the argument so that you guys can make up. That's weird. That's weird. And you're going to stay in that cycle that if that's what your drive is telling you to do. Like, your drive is telling you start an argument so that you can get that fixed. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get old after a while, and no one wants to keep on doing that. Who wants to keep on doing that? Like, I don't know about y'all, but no, that's not my kind of speed. Like, that's like some young stuff. Like, as we're getting older, we need to step out of that toxic. That's just dumb. It's dumb. I don't want to have to keep on having makeup sex just for what? No. And that also um ties into lust. But I can get into that on a whole nother video, because that's a whole nother video on its own, okay? Um what else do I have? I wrote down, you're not living in reality. Now, this is really true. A lot of the times we don't be living in reality. Like, we make up this whole character in our head of who this guy is, and they're constantly showing us that they're not this guy that we're making them up to be in our head, but constantly we're keep on, making up another person and another person and another person. They're not the person that you're making up in your head. They are the person that they're showing you that they are every single day, not the person that you're making yourself believe that they are. It's delusional. Snap out of it. Delusional. Snap. Wake up, girl. I've been there. But I also had wrote down, your standards are evolving, but your inner narrative hasn't caught up yet. So basically, you might want better. Like, you might honestly want better for yourself. But something on the inside of you are telling you that you're not worthy of this, or this is the best that you're going to get. And the devil is always lying, okay? He's always going to try to trick you. So, basically, you have to make what you want align with what you're thinking, because it all starts up here. If you keep on thinking like, okay, he's going to do better next time, he's going to do better next time, you're going to always be in this circle. You need to actually want better for yourself, actually want to have a healthy relationship, not just say that you do, not just you want a healthy relationship because you see somebody else have it, because you actually want it. Because some people thrive off of the toxicity, some people thrive off of it, some people don't know how to be in a healthy environment, a healthy relationship, because all of their life they have been in toxic mess. So it's definitely a healing journey, trying to figure out, how do I get myself comfortable, how do I let myself be free in this non-toxic environment, how do I get myself to this point where I feel like I no longer have to have this toxicity in my life to make me feel comfortable, or to make me feel like I am worth something, you know? So, yes, girls, we got to get it together, and we have to really want more for ourselves, and not just say that we do, but really put in the action behind it, okay? Put in the action behind it. And I hope that love finds you all, because love is a beautiful thing. And a lot of people going to say they don't want it. Kudos to you if you don't really care. And I know a lot of people, they've been there, done that, what they would say, they don't need a nigga for nothing. Okay, this video is not for you. Okay, but this is for my girls who find themselves going in that circle, keep finding these busters, and keep finding these guys that's disrespectful YNs and all of that. This video for you, boo. Get in that mirror and heal yourself, girl. Get yourself together, girl. Get yourself together. And you know, you are what you attract. So it all starts from within. Work on yourself so that you can attract better. Period. All of that to say that. But I couldn't just give it to you all like that. I had to, you know. But work on yourself to attract better. Period. Bye. Bye, guys.